Dynamite Kid versus the Rougeaus. I believe that Dynamite wasn't that big of a fan of the Rougeaus in the first place. Apparently, Jacques himself will admit that he was rather a loudmouth and in the locker room. Do you remember the initial rib that was credited to the Rougeaus erroneously? Credited to Dynamite erroneously, but it was probably Kurt Hennig that started the blood feud boiling over.
With cutting clothes or? No. I didn't even, a lot of these things, the other boys didn't realize was going on. Sometimes Outback Jack, he'd throw a fit or something after, he'd come back throwing things around the locker room and stuff. I remember a time in Utica, they'd cut his clothes all up and Sika said, "Brother, take it easy. Sometimes you're not feeling so good. Somebody else not feeling that good either." Poor Jack, he couldn't win. Say Jack.
I'm just sort of waiting for a second. Okay, he's stopped. Oh no, he's off.
Missed him. Got him.
So you mentioned it before then, the attack on Jacques while he was playing cards. Do you remember? We actually, you said you were there in the locker room for that one, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a big locker room in Miami. It was a big area. And I don't know if anybody was playing cards. I was sitting close to Raymond or Jacques. I don't remember which one.
It'd be Jacques.
But you're whack, the big slap right across the top of his head. And must have been Jacques because I remember he had raised Raymond. And he wanted to go too. He said, "Oh, not now, my knee or something." So that was it. All the punching and I heard it described earlier, and it was a lot more than what I remember happening. I just remember the big slap on the head, and then they're going to the office about me, talking, going to Vince, going behind my back. Didn't want to say anything. You guys, let's have it out right here, right now here and now. And he declined for some reason, and the brother as well. Nobody else was involved. It was like people were taking sides, it was just, and Dynamite never wanted, wasn't enlisting people to back him up or anything. He was out there all by himself. He was just doing his Dynamite thing. So it wasn't just so happy, you're on the road 14 days, a week, and you just, you some people, you get more accustomed to being around, easier to be around. Dino trained, Davey trained all the time, and eating, your eating habits, and these other guys, just, you're around these guys that you attract, you water seeks its own level, like, you get along with people that you can get along with.
When you were hanging out with Dynamite in the intervening weeks week or however it was between the Miami locker room slap and then the roll of quarters punch retaliation, was Dynamite like, "I'm going to get these guys, I'm going to get these guys"? Would he, sort of plot a revenge or plot an attack, or was he just in his own mind?
No, didn't. No, they weren't even on his. As far as you can tell, they weren't even on his mind. He had no concern.
Well, I'll tell you what then. I'll go straight to the main event, as it were. A few weeks later, Jacques turns around, catches Dynamite with a cup of coffee, minding his own business, sort of walking through a curtain. The story goes, a roll of quarters punched him in the face and knocked some teeth out. When did you? Does that sort of jive with the story that you heard at the time?
Pretty much. I saw him the next day. We went to Europe the very next day, and he showed up with his teeth missing and look like blue. That's all. That was it. He didn't put him over and didn't didn't call them names and didn't say nothing. Just let it roll.
I take it then he never, he never really brought it up when he had no teeth or anything like that. Do you remember how long it took for him to get his teeth replaced?
No, I don't know how long he did that. He went through the whole European trip without teeth. So I imagine when he got back from Europe.
According to Dark Side of the Ring, Dino Bravo gives Dynamite a cautionary warning that the mob might be out to get him if he tries to exact revenge on Jacques for the tooth knocking out incident. Had you heard any of this at the time? Because I've never heard that one before.
No, never heard any of that. And like Dino was hooked up with the crime. His family was, and he got reintroduced to it when he got out of wrestling. But he had, as far as I know, which isn't very far, but he had nothing. And if there was somebody out watching Dynamite or something, I heard Rougeau said that was just a ruse, that they were that wasn't true. Who knows.
It was a Rougeau from Rougeau. He ends up leaving quite soon afterwards. Most people believe it was because of the Rougeau incident. This is Dynamite I'm talking about, excuse me, who left. In his book, he complains about the WWF not giving him complimentary plane tickets. Do you know why he left? Because it was shortly after you left.
Dynamite?
Yeah.
No. Probably things that piled up. From the looks of that dark side and everything else, he was in pain. Like I said, drinking Everclear, drinking wood grain alcohol. I mean, it's that's not getting drunk. That's it's going beyond. That's just. I mean, there's nothing. I think even straight booze is a lot more pleasant than that stuff mixed with whatever, just, I think, it was just, like a downhill slide of, he was working all the time. He had the bad back, the bad neck, bad, and bad body, and the drugs and, pain pills, addiction, everything else, family at home. He was on the road all the time. So I imagine his family, from the looks of Dark Side, there was turmoil with his wife and kids and stuff. And he told me one time he was out in a shed or in the barn or something, and his and this is Dynamite too. This is true. He told me this. The wife had the cat had kittens, and the kittens were wandering around in the snow, and he was away in another part of the house, far removed, but evidently not thinking you could hear the shotgun. He was blowing away the little kittens.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so he went back, and the wife's crying. He goes, "What's the matter?" She saw him. She's watching him. Oh God! So that's
Everclear for you, isn't it?
Yeah. That's an error. That's an error in judgment. I mean, your animal rights people and stuff would be going crazy if they heard some of the stuff he was doing. God knows what the hell they did.
Jesus
to
Christ.
Matilda to make her a man eater.
Oh yeah! Oh bloody hell! Okay then, I'll move on from shooting kittens then.